Hi, Ostomates. Here we are camping. This is day 3 of our camping trip, and so far I'm holding up pretty good. Come on in, Sunny. So right now we are in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. We're just right outside Central City, and we're currently waiting on our food to cook, and it's taking forever. Say hi.
Hi.
You can go play with the rocks?
Yeah.
Okay, go play. We have run into some serious trouble so far. I really want to keep this as strictly ostomy related as possible, but I have to say, we've had to buy a new tent. We went camping. We went to try to go camp at Morphe Lake State Park yesterday, and when we pitched our tent, it started to hail and pour rain, and all the seams inside the tent were just like waterfall gushing in. We ended up having to pack it up and go into the nearest town and camp there, which was, obviously just staying in a hotel room until we could get a new tent. That was a disaster. There was a bunch of other crazy stuff that happened yesterday, but the first stop that we had was in New Mexico, at Carlsbad, New Mexico. We went and saw the Carlsbad Caverns and camped right outside there. When we were on our way up, I noticed that my pouch was leaking just a teeny little bit, and I noticed a little pen point hole. So I ended up taking one of my little U-shaped barriers, and I cut off one of these, and I cut off a tiny little bit and put it over the hole. Because these absorb moisture very well, it was able to patch up the hole, and I didn't end up changing my pouch for a couple of days. I changed my pouch right before we left, so that patched up that hole. Then we were on Route 66 for like way too long, and there was one gas station that we were able to find, and unfortunately their bathroom was unavailable. But we prepared for this. We had brought like kitty litter and little bags and like a little thing that we could set up, and I ended up pulling over on the side of the road and having to use that, which was less than glamorous, but I desperately needed to empty out my pouch. Because it was my first time doing that, it was a little messy and I didn't appreciate it. I got a little bit of my output on the outside of my pouch, but I brought baby wipes. I was able to just wipe that off, and then when we got into our next campsite, I went ahead and I completely changed my pouch, just the pouch, not the wafer or anything. So this is what I brought with me. This is 6 pouch changes and then a bunch of extra bags. And it's the full system. So far I haven't had to change it, but with us doing a lot of like hiking and sweating and stuff like that, I'm definitely noticing that my pouch isn't holding up as long as it normally would. Normally I'm not as active, and I can leave my pouch on anywhere from 7 to 9 days and have no issue. Like I said, we're on day 3, and I'm starting to think that maybe like tomorrow or the next day, I would really be pushing it to hold it over one more day. I'll probably end up having to change my pouch. These protective sheets are really my lifesaver right now because they're absorbing so much of my like sweat and moisture that it's really helping my pouch to stay on nice. I also bought hand warmers because you guys know that I use my hair dryer to really make sure that my pouch is secure. I bought these hand warmers because I figured I can just hold it over that and make sure that I get that nice good seal. And I really think that's just about it so far. I haven't had a whole lot of issues. I've actually taken my ostomy belt off. You guys know that I'm obsessed with using my stealth belt, but I've taken it off just simply because the clip barrier on my pouch keeps breaking, and I don't know if anybody else is having this issue, but this little clip thing, it keeps like snapping and the whole thing pops off. And the more I end up rotating my pouch to empty it out, so when you wear your stealth belt, you have to wear your pouch sideways. I lost a fingernail. It's a little tribute to Willem. Thank you. So anyhow, whenever I go to empty my pouch, I turn it sideways and like this. And when this thing's not clipped, you end up with output that kind of squeezes up in there the more that you rotate it. So I really don't like that. I've decided to just go ahead and take the stealth belt off. Some of the places we've been have been very hot, and the stealth belt is kind of warm. The extra layer of clothing, as you might imagine, is kind of warm. So I took that off earlier today, and I'm just wearing my pouch. I'll show you like this. I don't normally do this, but since my shirt seems to be long enough, it's really not an issue to wear it like this. I can actually just tuck it into my pants, and there's absolutely no problem with doing that. I guess I never wear shorts when I'm pushing, but it is stinking hot. It actually feels absolutely incredible out here in the mountains, and we're making our dinner. I do have celiac disease, so having an ostomy and having celiac disease, it's an incredible challenge to eat food. Things like salad and stuff like that, I really don't appreciate the output that comes from those sort of things. We have a bunch of freeze-dried meals, as well as like easy to heat up canned stuff, which is actually pretty easy for an ostomate to eat since the food is very well digested. I'm going to keep you guys updated, but I want to show you where we are right now. We ended up having to come up to this KOA campsite, which I really appreciate at this point. Let's see. That's my kid building a wall with rocks. And it's beautiful here. Let's see. And the mountains over there. And we're about 9,000 feet up at the KOA that's at Central City. Look at that dork. Just throwing rocks down the hill. Anyhow, it's our little campfire going. So I'll keep you guys posted. Tomorrow we will be in Wyoming, and I'm really excited about getting into Wyoming. We won't be at Yellowstone quite at that point, but we will be about 5 hours away from Yellowstone at our next campsite, and then I'm gonna go ahead and post another video when we get to Wyoming, or I'll make another video. I don't know if we're gonna have cell phone service out there. For some reason we do here. So I'll see you guys later. So far this has been going excellent, and I have had no issues with having an ostomy and being a long-term road tripping camper. Later guys, bye.